good morning. This is a very brief coffee session. I'm between meetings right now, but I wanted to take just a moment to talk to you guys about poetry. There was once a great poet named Emily Dickinson, but nobody knew until after she died. That's because she lived as a recluse. She lived mostly alone. She hardly ever had people come visit her. She hardly ever left her property or her house, which sounds kind of familiar right now, like what we're going through. So seeing as we're also stuck at home, we can relate a little bit to Emily Dickinson. This is her poem. We call it Hope is the Thing with Feathers. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Now, Emily Dickinson wrote hundreds of poems. Some were like this, with structure, perhaps with stanzas or rhyme schemes. Some were longer than this, some were shorter than this. So poetry, it's going to be very different depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Now in assignments, sometimes we have to follow a structure or format. Other times you don't. It's free verse, no rhyming, no sentences, long, short, doesn't matter. So I just want to remind you that whatever the circumstance, to think of poetry not as something that you get locked into and to get frustrated about, but as a way to express yourself. So find some time perhaps, not just to work on a poem for class, but you might want to try to work on another type of poetry. A lot of y'all like to write songs. So my songwriters out there, this one's kind of for you. This is a great way to express yourselves, guys. I would like to encourage you to work on your own type of poetry. And a lot of times you start to write and maybe you have to stop and come back to it. Maybe you can't quite put the thoughts on the paper the way you want to, and things come to you later on. So let it be something that you build on, work on, channel your amazing imaginations. I love reading what y'all write because you have these huge imaginations. Use that to your ability in your poetry. Make big comparisons, use different descriptive words, paint that picture in your poetry for other people. In the meantime, and until next time, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right here. Poetry, there you have it, a way of freely expressing your creativity. Have a wonderful day.